Once again, I welcome you. This is a live presentation. Today's date is Wednesday, the 14th of October in the year of our Most High Elohim 2020. The time, once again, to confirm that we are live is exactly 10 minutes past 7 p.m. in Biafra land, 10 minutes past the top of the hour, regardless of where you're domiciled. I welcome you once again. This evening's program may run slightly longer than necessary, because we are going to tutor, we are going to educate, we are going to enlighten, we are going to teach. And those with discerning spirit will come to the inescapable conclusion that what we are doing here is divinely mandated. We have come to preach the gospel of heaven, the gospel of redemption, the gospel that will inevitably set the captives free. We start this evening by bringing you a news that broke before I came on air. It is a news that is synonymous with the dictatorial tendencies of the rulers in Africa. It is a news that doesn't shock me at all, because we are living in a time of deep suppression. We are living in a time of deep censorship. We are witnessing a time where truth is being suppressed at every turn, but we are here to confound them. And I will read the headline for you. It says, Nigeria may shut down internet as EndSARS protests continue. We knew that is what they are going to do. That is the fallback of every useless, idiotic African dictator. It may have worked in places, and they now want to try it in the zoo. They Fulani Janjaweed. But they must understand something, that there is a constitutional protection for freedom and the right to access information and to be able to express whatever views that you have. If they claim that having or protesting or participating in a protest is a constitutionally mandated exercise, not punishable by any known laws to man, I must tell them, I must tell the Janjaweed Yusuf Muhammad Abubakar, who wears the mask and pretends to be Buhari, that any shutting down of the internet in the zoo will constitute a constitutional infringement. It is not allowed anywhere in the world. And might I also inform you and anybody who is listening inside Asorok that there were protests raging. Black Lives Matter in America. The protest was ongoing. In fact, I believe it is still ongoing till now. Trump did not shut down the internet, for your information. And let me also inform them this evening that any attempt to shut down the internet will be a confirmation of the brutality, the senselessness, the primitivity, and the evil that portends in that zoological republic that Britain created. Any attempt to shut down the internet, I will give the order for the rank and file membership of IPOB family meetings all over Nigeria to troop out onto the streets. If you attempt to mobilize your army against them, every family of every serving soldier and police officer will go down. That I assure you. Because people have risen up, people have woken up, they have now come to their senses. You cannot shut down the internet. It is not possible. If you attempt it, I'm telling you now, if you shut down the internet tomorrow, I will give the order for IPOB worldwide to come out onto the streets, and they will not go back in until this revolution is complete. If you like, you can try. I will read the news for you. The news broke as we were coming on air, because these people, all they are interested in is to cage people, is to unleash that very animalistic tendency to lord it over other people. That is what Fulani is very good at. But now they have met their Waterloo. That we can assure them. The people are out on the streets, and they will remain on the streets until all the demands they have made are all acceded to, not the cosmetic acceptance of the demands that the organizers have made, but in truth, in every honesty, every demand that has been made so far, from compensating the family of everybody killed by the police in that very zoo from time immemorial, until all those conditions are met and fulfilled, men, women, and children will remain on the streets. I am sure that is the intention of the organizers of this very EndSARS campaign, because right now that people have woken up, right now that they have woken up from their slumber, now that the youths have said we are not backing down on these protests, they have not attacked anybody, they have not killed anybody, Nigerian government is saying that they are going to shut down the internet. And I assure them, if they attempt to shut down the internet, I will order IPOB family meetings all across the world to pour out onto the streets. And we will not go back in until we get that very outcome which everybody is seeking, which is fairness, justice, equity, and of course, freedom, ultimately. And they know that that is where everybody is heading to. They are going to do everything humanly possible to stop this very effort that gallant men and women are making to ensure that there is a change in their lives. The zoo cannot succeed, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Shut down the internet and then you will see proper revolution on your hands. If you do it, I will order, heaven is my witness, rank and file IPOB will be out on the streets. Because what you want to do is to shut down the channel through which the world understand the atrocities you're committing on a daily basis. That is why you want to shut down the internet, to deny people access to news, to control the narrative. And we are not going to allow you to do that. If you do, then you will have proper revolution, proper bloody revolution on your hands. Mad people everywhere. We must also understand this, that in a zoo, animals are kept separately. You have the cheetahs, you have the lions, you have the birds, everybody, even the goat, have their own cage to separate them from the lions and other animals. A zoo is a well-organized jungle, so to speak. The reason why I'm saying this was because of the young lady that tweeted, that plays for Barcelona Football Club, that Nigeria is a jungle. And some people took offense to that very statement that she made. And I also wrote in response that I referred to Nigeria as a zoo because I felt that the intention of Britain was to come and organize us in our tiny little cages, and then they'll be charging a fee for people to come and see how these baboons and these monkeys live. But what we have now discovered is that Britain, after building a zoo, or giving us the impression they were building a zoo where every animal will be in their enclosure, they proceeded to open the cages that the wild beasts can devour those that cannot defend themselves. That is the problem we have with Nigeria today. And that is why, despite all their protestations, despite all their warm words, despite the fact that they came out to say that nobody should be killed, that the police should not open fire against the protesters, sadly and very unfortunately, the army and the police have embarked upon their killing spree, which is something that they are known for. As at this very evening and counting, officially speaking, this is going by the very conservative figures published by Amnesty International. 10 people have so far been killed since the protest began last week, Thursday. These are people who are protesting police brutality, and quite legitimately so. They are protesting against extrajudicial killings. The Human Rights Watchdog revealed this on their Twitter handle. They tweeted and said, so far, Nigeria police have killed at least 10 people since the start of the protest against callous operations of Special Anti-Robbery Squad. The whole world is bearing us witness. The same thing happened in the USA after George Floyd was killed, or Floyd George was killed. Everybody trooped out onto the streets to protest police brutality. The internet was not shut down. Nobody was killed by the police, or at least not in as great a number as they have been doing since this very protest began last week. The world must understand what is happening in Nigeria, that Nigeria is a haven for corrupt neo-colonialists, including Facebook. What they have done, what they will continue to do, is to try to suppress the truth, to shield the truth, to hide the truth from the people, to allow people, especially those of them from their middle belt and from the south, to continue to wallow in ignorance, that the spread of Janjaweedism will continue ceaselessly and unabated until we are all conquered. That is what they want to do. That is what they want to do. But we cannot allow them to succeed. We cannot allow them to succeed. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. They said that Facebook is cracking terribly. Of course, Facebook will crack because that is what they do. Facebook will crack because that is what they have decided to do. People should listen. Please go and download IPOB Community Radio. Go to Radio Biafra. We are there live. I don't know for TuneIn and all other social media platforms. Please, I know that YouTube is also working because, as usual, once we get to 7.8K, they start removing people. And Facebook have started again. They have no shame because they have black people working for them in Nigeria. They have black people who have no shame. They have monkeys and baboons working for them. And they shamelessly and devilishly remove people and stop them from listening to this very broadcast. And they have failed. Because they have failed now, they will fail tomorrow, they will fail day after tomorrow. Every blessed day they are going to fail. But we are continuing ceaselessly and we are going to prevail. We must prevail. They have been pushing the numbers down and removing people. We are now at 5.1. They have no shame. Absolutely no shame. And our community radio is also not on. FM is not on as well. The attack is complete right across the board. The attack is complete everywhere. People shouldn't worry. After this very program, of course, it will be uploaded and people can listen to it again. We can play it again and again and again. Do you know what they have done? They are blaming Radio Biafra. They are blaming the fact that we are preaching this very gospel as a source of inspiration for those who are protesting. They accused us, though they have openly accused us of raising the awareness and consciousness of people to the point whereby people are now trooping out onto the streets, something that's never happened before, and they're blaming Radio Biafra for it. Please go to YouTube. If you have the YouTube link, please make that available. If you have the YouTube link, please make that available. We understand that we are under attack roundly everywhere, that most of all the radio stations seems to be working well at this time. Please, I need confirmation because they're saying that all our platforms seems to be working. I don't know why some people are complaining and saying it is not working. I am getting conflicting information. I need confirmation, please, if our systems, all our systems go at the moment. Because most of you will be kicked out from Facebook. Of course, you have been kicked out. Nearly 40,000 of you have been kicked out of Facebook. And that is going to continue. We don't expect them to stop. That is their job. They have collected money. They are doing the work of Satan. They are doing the work of Satan. But they cannot stop us, not now, not tomorrow, and not ever. Amnesty International have confirmed that 10 people were killed. 10 people have been killed so far. Conservatively speaking, people are saying they're listening now via the app from Cameroon. Thank you very much for that. From Cameroon, they said they are listening from Cameroon, that the app is working from Cameroon. So I do not see what the problem could be. If the app is working in Cameroon, I don't understand why it will not work any other place. It should be working. Somebody is saying that nothing is working back in Biafra land. So what we are going to do is to please hold on where you are. Hold on where you are. Some people have been kicked out of Facebook. They're saying it's not working. The attack is ceaseless. The zoo. They have paid everybody. Have collected their own share. So the attack is from left, right, and center. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Please do not go away. We are going to interrupt this program to come back again, please. Just remain where you are. Do not go away. Remain where you are. Welcome back, wonderful people. We had a serious, of course. Some of us must be used to this by now. The attack happened and we have been trying to fix it, but we must proceed. And by way of recap, when we started, I said that there was a breaking news published by Guardian newspaper that Nigeria may shut down the internet as the EndSARS campaign and protests continue. And I did say to them that should they shut down the internet, then they will have a proper revolution on their hands, because if they do it, I will give an order for the rank and file of IPOB family membership to be out on the streets and to occupy the streets until they bring their army, which is what they will do, of course, which is what they normally do. And then we will all die there. But I do hope and pray that common sense and reason will prevail. I will be appealing to the British High Commissioner to prevail upon their slaves, their lapdogs, the Fulani cabal, to do that which is right, which is not to tamper with the internet to leave things the way they are. And as I said earlier on, I don't know if we are back on all our platforms, but however you wish to listen to us this evening, do try to persevere and bear with us. It is not our fault. And I also alluded to the fact that the Zoological Republic, that some people actually upset with me. They said that Nigeria should be referred to as a jungle, because in a jungle there are no rules. Anybody can kill anybody and get away with it. But right now, at this very moment, we still call it a zoo, because we are hoping that people will begin. Who knows, maybe by this time next month, should the young people who are out on the streets continue to show the type of resilience and courage they have shown so far, then we will be able to, who knows, perhaps review the tag that we have, because now they're acquiring common sense and rising up to challenge that which is causing them so much grief and pain. So we must commend them. I salute them. It has been widely carried everywhere that I am in support of the EndSARS campaign, and the entire IPOB leadership is in support of it as well. And we'll do everything we can to ensure that police and army brutality does come to an end in that zone. And also, it has been confirmed by Amnesty International that 10 people have been killed as a result of heavy-handedness of the Nigerian police and Nigerian government. These are the same people that said that the right to protest is constitutionally guaranteed, yet 10 people are today like dead. And the question we must ask this evening, the question from the next earlier is this: why is it that the EndSARS campaign took off, whereas the revolution now did not actually work? Somebody quite cleverly summarized it. He said that average Nigerian, for the average young person in Nigeria. And that because years of military dictatorship have injected people fear of coming to power. So if you come out to protest or rally against the government, the people are very, very scared. They are frightened because you're fighting the government. They are frightened. But if you fight a unit of police, you can fight a unit of army. That is why somebody is positive. That is why the EndSARS campaign actually took off. Now, today people are voting. They can't say they're voting because everybody is afraid of the vote. Now, put it around this very apparatus of state operation, and people are now pretending to want the end of SARS when in actual fact they want an improvement of their lives. They want the revolution to start, they want the revolution to continue. They should have been proud enough to stand up to proclaim their motive, but all the same, we welcome them and we encourage them to remain very resolute, to remain very resolute, to remain on the streets until all the demands they made have been acceded to by the government. Not the extreme acceptance that the fact of the matter, the facts established, the killings by SARS, the killings by the army, the killings by all paramilitary government organizations run by people, that they are all held accountable. That they are all held accountable. We know, we observe, even before this evening, that they are shaking, that the zoo is vibrating. And that is a very good thing indeed. A very good thing indeed. One thing is certain, having sent their thoughts to go and kill people today, to maim and to destroy properties for meager 1,500 naira, the government of Nigeria unleashed their ABC dogs. They are jumping on the street. They are enough together in the usual manner of the zoo. They paid them 1,500 naira each to disrupt the protests together in Abuja, and cost them, they were beaten mercilessly, and one of them confessed that they were given 1,500 naira to disrupt the protest. This is a government that believes in protest on the right of people to protest. This is what they do in the zoo, to give it the impression that not everybody is for EndSARS. I guess maybe the video is all there, the information for us for the world to say, if people can allow my post to appear this very evening, their suppression is still going, they're still moving people. They don't want people to listen to this as a broadcast. They are doing all they can to frustrate people and stop them from listening to understand our radio in Biafra land is not working. We also understand that our app is not working, and nothing is working. Nothing is, the YouTube is back on, and the Facebook is back on, but Facebook is the first people. They're moving people, that's what they do all the time. I don't know if there are other means to which other people can listen. People should go to YouTube, please, and try and stay close to YouTube link. Let people go to YouTube and listen to those of you who are on social media. And destroy or attempted to destroy or disrupt the process that is ongoing. Volunteers as because he said that the black man cannot afford to put his needs up and above this. They always go for the stomach. And that's why I shall be pointing out.
You've been trying
to do with bribing people who play out of the EndSARS protest. My happiness is that it is now very important, on the of his own. He now has the life of his own. And nobody anywhere can go and collect money and stop. It's not going to stop. Only if you can sustain it. Only if people can remain on the streets. People did it in Mali, they did it in every place around its own. And nobody anywhere can go and collect money and stop what has started. It is not going to stop. Only if they can sustain it. Only if people can remain on the streets and sustain it. People did it in Mali, they did it in every place around the world. They changed their government. They changed the thinking of their government by insistently being out on the streets day after day for weeks, until the change that they were yearning for was promised them. Mali is a very recent example. Our people should learn from that and learn this resilience, because they will send their Nnamdi. They know, as I have asked them before, the SARS are only killing people in the south and not in the north. And that is the level of divide you have in the Zoological Republic in Nigeria. The divide is so deep and pronounced that people in the south and in the middle belt are protesting for good governance, protesting that their lives may be saved in a place that some of them refer to as their country or their nation, as the case may be. But unfortunately, very, very unfortunately, some people in the north are saying no, that they must continue to kill. The Vanguard newspaper reported is a very young man who is here, extremely sad, crying and weeping because they destroyed his car. That is what they do, because they are terrorists. A government of terrorists, that is what they do, to terrorize, to kill, to pillage, to divide the people by bribing a section in order to come and cause mayhem. But thankfully, they did not succeed in stopping the drive of the protest, and I'm sure that by tomorrow, the protest will continue. They will do everything they can to break the will of the people, to stop this very protest from continuing. That is what they're going to do. But if you allow them to succeed, then that means for the next 100 years, you will have their new killer squad called SWAT all over the place and killing people all the time, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Some people are beginning to capitulate. Some people are now beginning to contemplate ending it. That is the way things are in Nigeria. They never sustain anything. They never stay strong on any on any matter that could improve their lives. After a short while, they capitulate and they give up. Because this whole protest is about Nigeria. That is the reason why even Britain, of all people, I'm so sorry, I'm getting a report that none of our platforms appears to be working. Our satellite is not working, our FM is not working, and we cannot, and Facebook is busy removing people. We are going to try and fix this very problem. We shall try and fix it. Unfortunately for us, we are bringing this very program to a premature end this evening. I will be back tomorrow. I promise you I do not broadcast on Thursdays, but tomorrow we are going to broadcast. We're going to be live here on this very platform. We are going to get multiple channels. We're going to fix this problem. We're going to rectify it. Everything is down. Nothing seems to be working. They're suppressing us. They are pulling us down. The zoo, they're spending their money because they know that the source of inspiration, the source of education, knowledge, and enlightenment is on this very platform. That is why they're doing all they can to suppress Radio Biafra broadcast. But I'll be back tomorrow evening around about the same time. I do regret to inform you that we cannot continue owing to the fact that all our platforms have been shut down. They have shut it down. They have shut our platforms down. That is what they're doing. But by tomorrow, I assure you, I'll be back live on air. Even if it is possible, whilst the protesters are live out on the streets tomorrow, I will be live on air tomorrow morning and also in the evening to make up for this very thing that they have done this evening. We will spend the rest of the night trying to rectify and fix this very problem. We shall fix it. Somebody is saying that Radio Biafra is working. Is it working? I need confirmation. I am getting conflicting information. People are saying it is not working. So what is going on? What is going on? Is it working or is it not working? I cannot understand. People are saying that it is still off. It is still off. We shall be back tomorrow morning. We are going to be back tomorrow morning. And people should please advertise the YouTube link. People should advertise the YouTube link very well, please. We shall be back tomorrow morning and also tomorrow evening. I assure you, as the protesters are live, we'll be taking calls as well. We're going to be interactive. I regret that this evening we had to truncate our program, or we've had to truncate it. I do apologize very profusely, and tomorrow we shall reconvene. The time will be announced. The time will be announced. I thank you all very much for listening. For those of you who have listened. But somebody is saying that tuning is very clear. Tuning is very clear. They're saying that it is working in Warri as well. I don't understand this. I sincerely don't understand it. We shall be back tomorrow morning. We'll have all these things fixed, and we shall be back tomorrow morning. Thank you very much once again. And remember, bless wherever you are from me from here. It is good evening.
Japanese knotweed needs to be treated by a specialist and